Welcome to Subconsciously Taken, fool.
Hello, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all families are doing good too. Uh, I wanted to talk about what it means to be the human race. In the beginning, the human race was known just as human race until they started putting labels on everyone, whether by color, by origin, or whatever. But as human beings, we used to care about each other. We used to do things for each other without giving it a second thought. And then they came out with movies and all kinds of other stuff. You know, you got a lot of the music, everything. When I was growing up, it used to mean something because they try to teach you morals and stuff. In other words, things that were right, you know. And as time went on, it started to change. It started changing into different things. It wasn't the same no more. One thing that we need to understand is as individuals, we need to take responsibility for what we do and think about it before we do it. A lot of times, things that sound good usually ain't. And that's the thing that we lost track of keeping up with the right things. It's all on what you got in your heart, and you can't put your heart too much into something you think is wrong. You know, if it's gonna hurt somebody, or if it's just gonna destroy somebody's life, it ain't right. We need to help each other, you know. And a lot of times we judge people by their looks or, you know, by what we see, and a lot of times we don't know exactly what this person's about. We all got problems. A lot of times we see people that got money and we think that they got it made, and a lot of times they don't. A lot of times they're in debt. I mean, big time in debt, you know. But everybody's got control of that. You can't keep up with the Jones on what they quit seeing, looking at somebody else, what they have, and focus on yourself. Be yourself. Like I say, be yourself. That's the best thing you can do. Create something, create it from your heart. There are so many things in this country that's wrong right now, and I don't agree with a lot of it. But I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. I hope I do give out a good message to people. That's what I want to do, and I'm going to try. Not everybody's going to like it, but hey, that's the way it is. You can't please everybody. And I'm not out to please nobody. I'm just going to speak my mind on the way I see life. I mean, I've seen a lot of things in my life that a lot of things weren't right, and I've seen a lot of things that were really beautiful. But as individuals, we need to take responsibility of what we do. And that's something that everybody needs to think about before you do something. Think of the consequences. A lot of times we don't because it sounds so good, you want to just jump right into it. and that ain't the way it's supposed to be. I try helping everybody that I can if I can do it. If I can't do it, well, I'm not gonna put myself out there. That's why I'm a person that don't commit to anything, because I never did like commitments. Because when you commit to something, you usually break it. And I notice when I don't commit to it, I usually do it. And the thing about committing to something is that it's like a promise. You promise something that you got no control of it till the time comes. When that time comes right then and there, then you can make up your mind whether you're going to do it or not without being pressured into doing it. A lot of times when we're pressured into doing it, we end up doing it wrong, or something wrong happens. But that's the way I am. That's why I'm not a person to commit to anything. Because I do think that you should stand by your word when you say it. And I do my best to do it, but I'm a human being. Like I say, all human beings got flaws. All human beings. There's no one perfect. And a lot of times what we need, we don't get. Sometimes people blame God for things that happen in their lives, and it's not God's fault. What did you do for that to happen? You got to think about that. What exactly did you mean by what you said? You got to think about that. Whose fault is it really? Is it really the person in the mirror? That's what we don't think about. And another thing, you can't be putting pressure on somebody to do something if they don't want to do it. And I know a lot of people gonna not like what I'm gonna say right now. A lot of times, people that say they're Christians, they push too much. And I believe in God, but I believe in God in my way. God helps me all the time. And I can't hide that. He helps me. I pray, He answers me. I'm not pushing anybody to believe in God. You believe, whatever you believe in, you have a God. You just don't realize it. Your God could be material things. Your God could be money. It's your ambitions on what you want in life. That could be your God. But be ambitious to do something for yourself. Don't expect people to do the things for you. Work at it. Work hard for it. And believe me, it's beautiful when you do. That feeling of helping somebody, it puts something in your heart that you feel real good. That's what we need today. We don't need to be corrupting our children doing things of what we think they should be doing. We need to communicate with them and talk to them about what's right and wrong. Open the Bible, read it. Don't let Christians pull you away from the Bible. A lot of times you hear people say, well, I don't believe in God because I see the way these people act. You're not supposed to be watching these people, what they do. They shouldn't even be judging you to begin with. I think a person that judges somebody needs to be flawless from the very beginning. And believe me, there is no such person. Not today, not now. And if they tell you, well, the Bible says I can judge you. No, the Bible does not say you can judge me. You need to leave that alone. Because I tell you what, the Bible is the most powerful book in the world. You can manipulate people. You can use it the wrong way. Think of it. And don't let people push you away from that. If you're struggling and you're having a hard time, open up a Bible. If you don't have one, get one. Read it to your kids. What is it going to say? It ain't going to say nothing wrong. You give it a shot. You've never opened it? Give it a shot. I'll tell you what. Open that book to wherever you want and watch what it's going to tell you about your life. It will give you answers. It'll give you answers, and you'll take it to heart because you're going to feel it right there. How does this book know? How does this book know what I need? Why is it telling me this? You will see this in the book when you open it. Your life's in that book. Just read it. Just open it out of nowhere. Just open it anywhere you want. And it's going to talk about your life. And I mean, no one's perfect. Everybody's going to sin. I sin. Everybody sins. And that's the thing that I think what Christians do wrong. They try to force you and force feed you the scriptures. Instead of them just calling you over, read with you. If you got a question, ask them and read it. But then again, don't always go by what they tell you. Because a lot of times you can take these scriptures, move them around, and place it to where you want them to say. You know, you can manipulate somebody like that. You're not supposed to do that. You know, to me, I don't go to church. And I'm not planning to. I don't need a middleman. People might say, well, you're wrong for that. Maybe I am. But I tell you what, God works for me. What are you going to tell me different? I know God, when I pray, God helps me. He answers me. I've been through some hard times. He's helped me. And that's something that don't let Christians push you away from the Bible. Open it up, read it. And I'm not trying to preach at you. I'm just telling you what happens in my life. There's been times that it's really been hard and nobody wants to help you. But you do the best you can. That's one thing about human beings is that they adapt. That's what you need to learn, how to adapt to things. You know, God never gives you more than what you need. We get more than what we need. That's where we go wrong. You know, it's the same way when you got a job, you know what you got to pay. You know you can't afford this. Wait, you'll get it. You'll get what you want, but it's not the time. That's a lot of things that people don't understand. You can't push something that you can't reach. You can't reach it, you can't get it. But you'll get it eventually. You know, you're going to make sacrifices on, well, I don't really need this. I'll save this money and I'll get what I want. You know, or sometimes get one thing at a time till you build what you want to get. Think about it. You know, the only thing I see today is that people blame too much on everybody. And another thing too, as far as the human race, they put us in categories. We should never go by categories. You know, be yourself. That's what you need to be. Think about it. You know, I'm just tired of what I see, and it's not right. You know, I don't believe in what I hear from the news. I never do. I don't believe none of that. I believe what's in front of my eyes. I believe when I wake up in the morning, my eyes open up. I believe that because it happens. I go to the store or I go anywhere I want. Everybody's okay. I don't see nothing hateful out there. The news media might tell you different. But hey, it's all on what you feed on. Feed on knowledge. That's what everybody needs. Feed on knowledge. If you don't know something, read about it. Excuse me. Not everybody is gonna not everybody is gonna read the right things too. Make sure whatever you're reading it backs itself up. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can look at and find out the truth, you know. And that's what a lot of people ain't doing right now. They're not finding facts. They're not finding nothing. They're just going with the flow, you know, and it ain't right. But anyway, I didn't mean to come too hard on this video, but I just had to say it, you know. And like I always say, man, I always tell y'all, man, is we all create our own hell by the choices we make in life. Think about that. Just think about that. If you're going to make a decision, think about that. Think about what I said right now. We all create our own hell by the choices we make in life. And believe me, if you think about that before you do something, you'll start to see what is going to happen if you do that and you can't afford it. Or if you do that and something's going to happen, it's always inside that you feel it inside your stomach that says don't do it. Don't do it. You know. Look, going back, like I was saying about the Bible, I'm not politically correct. I'm not fake. I sin. Hell, I got this t-shirt on. It's got the middle finger going up. It, I'm not. I don't take symbols personal. People do. You know, symbols is something that's created by man, and we see it wrong. The same thing with the swastika. Did you know the swastika? It's a spiritual symbol. It's a spiritual symbol. Native Americans have it. If you ever look at their whatever they're wearing, they got it on them. But it's a spiritual symbol of power. Hindus got it. The same symbol. There's other cultures that have the same symbol. The only reason that man took it in power to take that because it meant power. He fed off of that symbol as power. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, is before y'all jump into conclusions, while people make symbols as so high that you have to be afraid of them, look them up, read about them. Just read about them, and you'll see where they come from. But anyway, I didn't mean to throw all that out at y'all, but that's what people. Knowledge is what you need. Read up on something if you don't understand it. Don't just take it into your own hands and go do something stupid. Think about it. If you got family, especially if you got little kids, think about this. If you go do something stupid, what's going to happen to those kids? Are you going to bring something from out there into your home that's going to hurt these or harm your loved ones that you live with? Think about it. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go out there and do something stupid the same way when you're driving out there and somebody cuts you off and you got your family with you? Are you going to do something stupid? I've done it before and I know it was wrong. Need to start thinking before we start doing things. You know, and that's something that you need to think about. As long as they don't put their hands on you, don't worry about it. They can curse you, they can say what they want, don't worry about it. Especially if you got your family with you. Think about it. Well, this is all I had to say.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all up to you. Bye-bye and God bless.